This episode of Boys Only Club is sponsored by Floatin' Apparel. Floatin' Apparel, new drop, File 1, May 6th.
Good start. Are you gonna leave that in?
I don't know. It depends on how loud it is.
That'd be so terrible. It's like the intro plays. It's like just a yell. It's probably not too loud.
It's not too loud.
didn't see that. Oh, yeah, it
the
is.
spikes are really high, but
Yeah, that's funny.
it'll sync it.
I like that.
I could get the little thing that it like attaches the mic on top of it, but holy, we're in video now.
What's up, everyone?
This is what we look like. Face reveal. The dream face reveal. Let me do this.
What does he say?
Hey,
Hello. Hey.
hey guys, this is me.
Hey there.
This is what we
This is
look
me.
like. It feels weird having a camera a little bit, just because I'm not used to it at all.
I'm used to it. Where I work, I won't say, but we got cameras on us all day.
Really?
Well, yeah, but not really. You don't notice it. It's just because there's like one right here and one behind you and the other one, because they got to catch every angle just in case you mess something up.
Okay.
But I'm the best, so I don't mess up.
That's like lucky. I'm scared if I start working there.
Yeah.
Just mess up one time.
Well, it is also nice too because it catches. Because like, believe it or not, people are dumb. Like they'll come in. I work at a bank. I won't say which, but people will come in and be like, "Oh, this is how much money I have. Hand us the money," and we're like, "No, it's not." They're like, "Yes, it is. You stole money." We're like, "When would I have done that?" Like you must have lost it somewhere. And then so we check the cameras, and of course, doesn't happen. We've had a few incidents like that.
So they're just trying to scam.
So that,
They're just-
or they
or they're
genuinely
just dumb.
believe it and they're dumb, and it's like in their purse.
Huh.
Yeah, now you get it.
Now I get it.
How do you say purse in Indian? I'm just kidding.
I was going to say something.
Hindi.
Yeah, I was going to go there.
Yeah, he always goes there. Everyone.
Ooh.
How was your week?
That's pretty good. Oh, wait. I was going to say something when you asked me that. I had something planned. Okay, yeah, ask me again.
How was your week?
I've been getting really hungry at night.
Really?
And when I wake up, when I put my shoes on, they don't fit. Like my feet got a little bigger. And I feel like I look at my pillow and there's like a bunch of hair on the pillow.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I haven't slept in like a few days.
We know we had a full moon this last week.
For Easter?
Yeah. Oh, you feel like
I did wake up with a huge headache. and
big feet,
I got
fur on the pillow.
so hungry.
How's your butthole feeling?
I got I got so hungry last Sunday. Like probably around like 12 or 1 in the morning. I kept eating and eating and eating.
I do not know what you're alluding to. You're alluding to being the Easter Bunny?
I was being a werewolf.
Oh, that's what I thought at first. And then you talked about Easter.
Well, it's like the full moon's on. Easter is always the full moon a week after the first full moon in April.
Oh, really?
It's like the spring solstice or whatever.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know until like 2 weeks ago. So
I thought it was just like the third Sunday.
because some of it's in March.
That's
So it's
actually...
not even April. It's whatever like the full moon is in this time of year.
You learned it here first.
That's what I heard.
I didn't know
I don't
that.
know who said that to me.
You don't know if
Look it
it's
up.
true?
I don't know. Look it up.
Bruh. Jamie.
No, actually, look it up. I think one of Angela's brothers said it to me, and I was like, it kind of makes sense, because that's all Easter is just the spring solstice. But I was gonna have this huge bit about me being a werewolf. I was trying to do that to an old person the other day.
Oh!
That's why I was like,
You trying to do it to the old person?
yeah, at my work. I was
Did it
like,
work?
No, not at all. I was like, yeah, like I put on my shirt this morning and it didn't fit me, and like none of my clothes fit me, and then I felt like I was like running for miles last night.
Is
And
he
they're
like a funny guy?
They're like, what? And I was like, okay, this bit's done.
Is he like a funny guy?
He was a funny guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was like I knew I could kind of get him a little bit. But the hard thing with like old people is you can like self-deprecate or you can make fun of them and they think it's funny. If you try doing any kind of creative joke, unless it's like a dad joke.
I had a guy at work who one time told me a terrible joke, like horrible. It was along the lines of, it wasn't this exact joke, but it was along the lines of, why did the coach go to the bank? And I was like, why? And he said, to get his quarterback. And I was like, huh.
Doesn't he come in there all the time and say that to you?
Well, that's a different guy. But it was along those lines. It wasn't that joke. It was along those lines of like a, like
Yeah.
that kind of laugh. And he goes, "You need to get out more." I was like, "Bro, what?"
How old is he?
Oh, I remember what he looks like now. He's probably 68 years old. He's pushing it.
Late
He's
60s.
pushing my expiration date. I have a birth date that I won't help past or before.
Really?
If they're under like 6, I'm like, go see this person. And if they're over a certain age, usually I think it's 75. I say, get out.
Really? Are you allowed to do that? Is that the rule there?
No, I'm just joking. I can't do that.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah, if
you
you're
can't
over
refuse service.
75 or under 6, stop listening.
Yeah, stop listening to this. Also, shout out to all the new countries that are listening. Shout out Saudi Arabia.
Is Saudi Arabia in it?
Saudi Arabia was
Ireland?
on it. Ireland was on it. Croatia was on it.
And if it's you using a VPN, stop.
Yeah, please stop. You're making me so excited.
It's messing up our.
I get so excited.
Yeah, it's messed up.
But who knows? Maybe there is one. I know the Australian one. So maybe there's. If you are using a VPN in Australia, you must have some good shows. Because there's like 4 or 5 people from Australia listening.
That's probably what it is, honestly.
Yeah.
I've heard Australia Netflix has some great stuff on it. Because, dude, I'm so tired. I was thinking about this today. Like, because Addie and I started watching Breaking Bad, and I had to start paying for Netflix again. It's like, I don't want to have to do that for one show. Because I'm okay with Max. I'm okay with all, like, Disney Plus. It's like, oh, I'm so tired of it,
I
man.
started crying at Better Call Saul today.
Really? What
I watched the
part?
season 4 finale. That if you want to watch like the greatest episode of like any of those shows, let me go back and finish the last 2 seasons. I've seen all Better Call Saul, but season 4, the season finale for that's when he becomes Saul. That's when he goes Better Call Saul at the end of it. He says the thing, but
You cried when he said that?
No, it's remember the German guys that build the lab?
Yeah. Ziegler?
Ziegler, and then there's a part where Jimmy kind of loses it too, and I was just like, ugh, I don't know.
Post Chuck, right?
Chuck goes away at the end of season 3.
Okay.
No spoilers.
Yeah, that's not a spoiler.
He goes away.
He does go away. Long cruise to. But I was thinking, I was watching an episode from that the other day, season 6, episode 7, the one that you watched while driving. Dude, that one I still can't get over.
And you see the car parked on the beach at the end.
Yeah, wait.
Maybe that's in the next episode.
I think it's the next episode.
What's Howard's car?
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough.
Justice for Howard, man. If
Justice
you're on
for
this
Howard.
and you don't like Howard Hamlin, dude, stop listening to this right now.
He's just a good guy trying to do his job.
And yeah, dude, Jimmy like screwed him over big time.
Big
The
time.
whole time. That's like what's crazy about the end of season 4 is like Jimmy has this very sentimental moment in the court to get his law back. And then he's just like, did you see those assholes? They actually believed it. They believed it. And
Yeah,
Kim's
he
like,
comes like,
oh my.
yeah,
like,
I
he
remember
realizes that. And then that's when he changes his name. And it's like, it's kind of like the climax of Breaking Bad. If you haven't seen Breaking Bad and you're listening to this, unless you're like Addie or Angela, just skip like 30 seconds. But like when he goes, say my name, I was telling Angela, I'm like, that's the climax.
yeah.
That's like the whole point of those shows is to take a character and flip them completely.
When does he do that, by the way? I don't think we've gotten to
The
that.
last,
Season 4?
the season 5, and it's like the 5th episode in, so it's almost to the end. It's like 10 episodes left.
When they're doing another deal at the car junkyard, no?
It's not. It's just in the middle of the desert.
Oh, okay.
With the rival gang.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, those shows, dude, I can't get over them.
Well, we just watched the one where Skylar cheats on him.
Oh,
That's some good
IFTD?
stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's IFT as the
IFT.
episode.
Yeah. So I didn't even realize why it was called that.
I fricked Ted.
Yeah, she did.
I farted Ted.
I farted Ted.
Oh my gosh.
I farted out my cuter.
If you're listening to this and you like Ted Beneke, then you can leave right now.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. IFT. No, those are such good shows. Speaking of great shows, 50-50. Great movie.
Oh yeah, that was a good movie. You cried, bro.
I think I'm just in an emotional state right now. There's a lot going on in like mine and Angela's life.
So 50-50 was a movie we watched with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Had cancer in it, and he just goes throughout the life. So they did take a lot of shots from Breaking Bad for sure.
Oh, for sure. It's hard to make a cancer movie after Breaking Bad. You make it grounded or whatever, and really focus on characters and not take some kind of like creative liberties from them.
Right. And I don't think it like copied at all.
No.
It took some good shots and tried to redo them, like even when he's being told, or what was another one?
Even just like during some of the chemo scenes.
Yeah.
Some of that. But definitely when he got told, he had the same ringing in his ear, which is honestly a very valid reaction. And what would probably happen if you got cancer. I took Chip in, my dog, when he was limping on his leg, and he told me that, like, you know, the ACL or it is an ML whatever for a dog. MLS for a dog.
MLS Ice Bucket Challenge.
MLS Ice Bucket Challenge in his knee. And I remember when he told me that, and it was pretty much like a death sentence way making a sound. I started getting like ringing. It was literally like Breaking Bad. I remember just like sitting there, like I didn't even hear anything else he said. It was just like ringing.
Yeah, and then you started to GoFundMe.
And I started to GoFundMe, scammed out 1,000 people, didn't even get them surgery, and then
That's a good thing you weren't famous when that happened, because so many people would have been mad.
so many people as if I'm famous now.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, I gotcha. When this takes off,
When this takes, well, it's taken off.
this will be our biggest episode.
You think so?
Yeah, Nick says he's gonna repost it. I'm gonna have a lot of people repost this one.
Nice. He needs to post it on
YouTube.
the.
I made a YouTube on Saturday, so
nice.
this will go up on YouTube.
He needs to post it on the floating. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he needs to post on his business account.
Yeah, post on your business
This
account.
one's also sponsored by Floating, just so you know. Next week we're gonna be dripped out in Floating gear. He said he'll hook us up
Real?
with all the new drop because the
Oh,
drop's
wait.
the 6th, and so
That stuff looks good.
I like it.
Me too.
I love all of his drops because, like, I will be honest, there's some that he's made. I'm like, I just want to do streetwear. I don't know, but this one has some sweats and some
Yeah.
shirts. I'm like,
I like the one, the black shirt with the green neon.
so do I.
That
I
one's
didn't like it
cool.
at first, and then I'm like, I was like wearing one of my shirts I kind of like it. And I'm like, I kind of like airbrush. I kind of like that kind of like green neon vibe. Anyways, I'm not gonna glaze Nick this whole time. You know what, Nick? If you're listening to this, screw you, dude.
Yeah, stop listening, bro.
Stop listening to this.
Just kidding. We gotta have him on again.
That'd be fun. Yeah, we need to get a new mic and then have a.
Do you only
a
have
few
2
people
right
on.
now?
Yeah, this is it.
That's fine.
This is it. Yeah.
We'll give him your phone or something.
We'll hook up my phone with like an Apple
Yeah.
headphone.
Oh yeah. Hey guys.
I had a friend in high school. Me and Nick had a friend named Kel. Shout out Kel. He's definitely not listening to this. He's homeless. But sorry if I outed you, Kel. Yeah, I saw you out on the bench. Over by the Circle K. Anyways. Sorry about that.
Sorry, Cal.
But I remember in high school, he was like, yo, I'm going to be up, bro. He's a rapper. He goes, yo, I'm going to be up, bro. Like, all y'all are down here, and I'm going to be up. I'm going to be the next big thing. And he, like, made a song, and it was, like, so-so. It wasn't too bad. And I'm pretty sure he paid for views because he got a lot of views. And then I just remember just, like, he kept saying that. One thing with that, too, with all those kids in school that want to be rappers and said they're going to get their bread up, we're all down here. Bro, I have more bread than you now. Dude, I have more bread than you now, and I only work a minimum wage job, bro.
True.
Out of here, bro. Preach. Anyways, but he went homeless because like he ran away. He had a bad situation. Like honestly, like I do feel bad for this guy. And his name's not even Kel. So if you think I said that, that's not what his name is. It's his name. I remember singing on his Instagram. He's like, "Y'all, who got Apple headphones? I'm trying to record a song. I'm trying to make moves." And I remember seeing that. I was like, "Damn."
I was wondering where you were going with that.
And then he went to Kansas. Nick found his Twitter, and then he was doing OnlyFans. They
Nice.
post the full nudes on Twitter. So it's like, why am I paying for your OnlyFans?
Yeah.
You already showed me. What
There's
could be
not
more?
much. There's not much you can do as a guy with OnlyFans, and especially when you're posting it for free.
You gotta be a little bit teasy with it if you're gonna do OnlyFans as a boy.
Yeah.
You can't. Honestly, if you're doing OnlyFans as a guy, you probably never should show dong.
Never dong.
Girls want to be teased. Girls don't want to see the dong. Dongs aren't good to look at.
That's actually true.
Boys and girls hate looking at dongs. Everyone hates looking at dongs. Girls like like a built dude or whatever they're into, but I don't think they ever want to see dong.
Right.
Dong is like seeing like I don't even know. I don't know how to. It's like seeing something just horrific, but like it's kind of cool, like a car accident.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. That's actually true. You like slow down to look, but you're like, this is a bad thing.
I would suck that car accident. I hope all my young men's leaders listen to this. All my scout leaders.
Yeah, they're right.
Yeah. Anyways,
That's funny.
that's my little thought about that.
No, that's good. I agree.
What do you think? I know we talked about it last week. My dad yelled at me the day after we recorded this. He didn't listen to it.
Of course he didn't. Rob, if you're
Obviously.
listening, stop.
Yeah, Rob, if you're listening, stop listening to this, bro.
You don't care.
Dude, did you see his? I posted a reel of him.
Yeah.
Did you see how many views it got?
No.
4K.
Oh, real?
That account only had 10 followers. Now it's like at 50.
What account was it?
Just our podcast account.
Oh, you posted on that?
Yeah, I posted on that.
Maybe I didn't. I saw you post it. Maybe
I posted on TikTok, but I also put on Instagram on the Boys Only Club on Instagram, bro.
At the boys on at.
Yeah, if you wanna reach us, that's our business Instagram. But anyways, Rob was talking to me.
Am I not following this, bro?
You better be, bro.
Why can't I find
We
it?
tag it.
At the boys only club? Is
The
that
Boys
it?
Only Club. Maybe it's official Boys Only Club.
Bro. Anyways, sorry.
Anyways, no, but he was talking about the Katy Perry. Yeah, official Boys Only Club.
I found it.
He's talking about the Katy Perry liftoff stuff, and he's like, I think I brought it up, and then I was like, oh yeah, did you guys hear about this? He's like, dude, it's so fake, and I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, I was
That's
like,
what
oh,
you wanted.
I was like, oh, I don't know, you know what I mean? And he's like, you're so stupid, dude. It's so fake, and I was like, whoa, where is this coming from? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, honestly, what they did isn't even like that impressive. They kind of just like shot him up to like the like legal amount where you can say you're in space, and then came back down 10 minutes later. Like,
Right.
because he's like, where's the burn marks? I'm like, well, they didn't even go that high. Like a dude in Red Bull, he like parachuted from that height. Remember that video?
I don't remember
Cut to the video of the guy in the astronaut suit skydiving.
Hey, Jamie, pull that up.
Jamie, pull that up. But anyways, he didn't have any, you know, he survived, and he was like in the stratosphere, and then, so they are higher. But honestly, I think the part everyone should get mad about is the fact that she kept being like, "This isn't about me. This isn't about me," and it's holding the GoPro the whole time, like,
Yeah, I saw.
dude, I can't get over that.
I saw a thing. It was like when like influencer girls want to show something, it's like always the thing with them in it, and then it's like when influencer guys want to show something, it's like just the thing.
That's the thing.
You know.
I don't know.
Maybe that's not true though.
Maybe that. Well, it depends on the influencer.
That's very true.
Because there's some guys that are like
Oh,
way
100%.
full of themselves.
100%.
That's actually one thing I wanted to talk about. One of my pet peeves. We won't start the pet peeve like whole thing, but this is one of them. I like, dude, I hate science-based lifting so much.
Yeah.
I go to EOS, and science-based Instagram lifting has destroyed commercial gyms, bro. Like, you're supposed to go to the gym to get just like fit, you know what I mean, stay in shape.
It's supposed to help your
hurt yourself.
cardiovascular, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're supposed to sweat. You know what I mean? Those small movements are good. Even working at a PT clinic, I know how like it's good to have like injury preventing movements. But my man, if I see you bent over in front of me, stretching your gluteus maximus out as I'm on the pec deck, brother,
Because he's trying to lift 400 pounds.
brother,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
That's crazy.
What are you doing?
I went just the other day and it was packed. Same thing. Just like half the people not even working out. Mm-hmm. And then half the people they're just doing too much. And like there's built guys in there. And I feel like if I got built enough, I wouldn't go to EOS anymore. But maybe that's
It's
just
just
me.
for me, it's just the price.
That's true.
Because I'm built as hell. And so it's
Yeah.
like, that's like my about like making fun of that stuff. Is like, I'm not a big dude.
Yeah.
But I do go to the gym every day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I'm not saying. I mean, I've been in the perspective too of doing things I see on Instagram. I don't think all Instagram lifts are bad. I'm just saying, like, dude, you can look up a study, especially being in exercise science, that class I took last year. Dude, there's a study contradicting every study. They'd be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
no, you shouldn't squat. And this one's like, no, squatting is the most effective lift and will help you the most. You can look it all up, bro. It's horrible.
Yeah. I just think someone's lying somewhere.
Just shut up and go.
Just do it.
Just go in the gym and just
Because
work
it doesn't
out a
work
bit.
for everyone. It doesn't work, and not even like not to mention like some exercises are better for men than there are for women, and vice versa. So it's like you can't teach it all. You also can't listen to everything. So if you're watching Science Gym Talk, stop listening.
I'll say this too: the best way to build muscle is sleep. If you're like, and this is, I realized I was destroying myself this
Yeah.
morning. I did not sleep good, but my body like now just like automatically wakes up and goes to the gym.
Yeah,
I woke up and I hit chest at like 4 a.m, packed gym, 4 a.m. I'm like, what is going on?
that's crazy.
And then like I
Tuesday.
started lifting, and then I like bumped up the weight because I do like a little like thing with the bar, you know, warm up. And I bumped up the weight. And I was like shaking
You mean the bar in 45s?
with the bar and like 2 45s on each side
warm up.
to warm up.
Yeah.
and then I put 5 more on each side to do my incline bench.
You're shaking.
My
Of
shoulder
course.
press. I started shaking,
Of course.
and usually I do 10 plates on each side,
Right.
and so I knew I needed to get more sleep. But no, it was actually like bad. Like I was like, I need to like, if you're not getting like at least 2 or 3 nights a week where you're getting the 8 hours, I don't think everyone needs 8. I'm fine off 6 usually, but you should have like 2-3 days where you're getting like a little bit more sleep than you usually do.
I'm not gonna lie. The other day, I woke up after probably 5 or 6 hours of sleep, and I always feel better when I sleep that amount versus when I sleep 9, 10, 11 hours.
11 hours is crazy.
Dude, I did 11 hours the other day.
Holy.
On Saturday night,
Okay,
I got home and I was just tired. Like midnight, I fell asleep. Like I stayed up a decent amount, but then I didn't wake up till 11. I was like, oh my gosh, how did I do that? So, and I was groggy all day long.
Yeah.
All day I felt tired. I'm like, dude, how? So I'm maybe the 8 hours is not true.
Kobe Bryant said it too. He was saying like how small the majority is of people that need an actual 8 hours of sleep. And it's like, because it says 6 to 8, but actually most people only need 6.
And you know what they did to him?
They blew him up.
Exactly.
Because
All
of that.
'cause- yeah.
And who did it?
Did we? No?
Who do you think? Who does everything?
Dude, don't tell me. Actually? Oh, okay. I was like, was the pilot?
What? No, but I'm excited for tomorrow because tomorrow I'm gonna take like a little bit because I already hit legs and chest today, or sorry, legs Monday, chest today. But I want to switch it up. I've never done this. I'm gonna go swimming tomorrow in the morning at 4 in the morning. I'm gonna start swimming laps because I don't like running, and like kind of like
it
hurts my
cardio day?
joints. I did abs and shoulders last week, because I don't really do a cardio day, but I'd like
me
to do
neither.
ones where I'm kind of doing bigger movements, so like abs is better. You know, I'm start sweating. But I couldn't laugh or anything for like a week.
Oh,
And I'm skinny. I have abs, so I'm okay.
right.
But I want to do swimming. I want to like swim for 20 minutes and then hit the sauna for 20. And
Dude,
then,
swimming is like so good for you. It's
Yeah.
insane. You,
I might
you,
go-
you think about it, it's like just all the resistance on every part of your body the entire time.
and holding your breath too.
Yeah.
Training your lungs.
Yeah.
I've been training my lungs while I drive home. So like I'll like the last like 5 minutes of my car drive, I go and I hold my breath. And I see how long I set my timer on my watch. I see how long I hold my
You had
breath.
to pass out. You'd kill
My
a
mom
family
said
of
that
4.
too, and I'm like, I know when to like stop. I'm not gonna like push it too hard. Guess how long I got the other day though?
How long?
2 minutes.
Holding your breath
Holding
while
my breath.
driving?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. I went, okay, I'm gonna go from this light to my driveway.
You probably look like a lunatic. Like,
Dude, the other day I was listening to our podcast. Like I wanted to like double check. It was Wednesday, so it was before it got posted. I was listening through it. And I was listening to the intro. And I don't know why I was just cracking myself up.
Yeah.
But I had hit abs that morning. And so I was laughing, but then I'd start screaming because my abs would hurt. So I'm like, and like my face is just, dude. And then this morning too, because I was watching that Better Call Saul episode. It has ABBA, the winner takes it all in that, and I love that song.
that's so good.
And so then I got in the car and I immediately play ABBA.
Yeah.
Dude, I started screaming. I could see I looked in the rearview mirror. I could see the neck veins popping out. My face is like beet red.
You do a lot of that.
I love yelling.
Screaming. Yeah. No,
I
it's
love
good.
yelling. That's why I want to do a little more skit stuff because I can actually. They don't know the full extent of my vocal range of
Right.
yelling.
Well, you started it with the vocal range.
Yeah, I did.
So you might as well leave that in so they get a little taste. But yeah, I think that would be fun to do a little.
I wanted to do a cover
more
for the
variety.
intro this time. I was gonna do "Creep" by Radiohead and have like memes playing. I'm just because it's going to go on YouTube. I might just cut it out of the YouTube, but because copyright.
Can you do it on Spotify still?
Podcasts on everything else. There's like zero copywriting.
That's true because they post whole songs as podcasts when it's just unreleased music.
It's odd, but then YouTube, their copyright is like crazy.
You can't say the wrong thing without getting demonetized or copyrighted on YouTube.
It's nuts. That's why I won't say who killed Kobe, but what I was gonna say is just like, yeah, I kind of want to do that. I want to do "Creep" by Radiohead. I think that'd be funny.
I think that would be good. Yeah.
I just gotta record it tonight.
And just
That's the hard thing is I only have like tonight, an hour before I go to work, and then an hour before this goes up tomorrow to like
You're gonna post it tomorrow.
do everything.
Wednesday
I
night.
like doing Wednesday nights. Wednesday at like 6.
You hear that, everyone? Wednesday at 6 Eastern Standard Time. West Mountain Standard.
Mountain Standard Time.
Arizona time.
The real time, California. But no, I'm excited. I'm excited for this one a lot. I've been like pumped all week for this podcast.
Me too.
I don't know why. I get giddy. Like today, dude, I was, I don't know. I woke up I went to the gym, went to work. It was like a horribly shitty day at work.
Yeah.
But I was just like smiling the whole time. And someone was like, "Why are you in such a good mood?" I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go
Record my podcast later.
Wait, are you a girl? You're a girl?
Oh,
Shut the hell up.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. You know, I was saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Also, shout out Addie. My hands were bleeding. Remember like the other day how like red they were?
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, maybe it's because you're washing your hands so much."
Stop washing your hands as much.
I stopped washing my hands completely. They're totally fine. No, I keep washing them, but there's a little lotion thing next to the sink. I've just been putting a little bit on my knuckles after I wash them.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
Well, it's hard too in those jobs. Like, because when I worked at Cane's, it was the same thing. I had to wash constantly. It was like either you're touching raw chicken, or you're touching food, or you just touched your phone, and then you're gonna go touch food. So it's just wash, 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 wash. And there's like 4 sinks around, so it's hard not to. You have really no excuse.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was tough back then. But then they started putting like, the CeraVe moisturizer.
Yeah.
They just had a big tub of it in the back. So every time you were feeling dry, put it a little bit on.
White people don't understand how essential lotion is.
Well, we can't see it.
They,
we
you
can't
don't-
see
you
it.
can't tell till it's too late.
Yeah.
I can't remember who was talking about that. I mean, I think it was on like a stand-up bit or maybe a podcast, but it's ashy as hell. And I work with old people all day. If you go to your grandparents' house this weekend, or just in general, check their legs, check their arms,
Check their ankles.
check their ankles, please.
Oh, and their
if they have the
elbows.
Kevin Durant, the cobblestone Minecraft graphic on their ankles, just get a little bit of lotion on them. Some dude will get off the tables at work, and we have black tables. Dude, that thing is coated.
It's disgusting.
Coated. That's so
I will say
gross.
I'm slightly guilty. My elbows are pretty. They're not. I wouldn't say they're ashy yet, but they're pretty dry. I've been getting better about when I get out of the shower. I'd rub a little in the corners.
Yeah.
And then same thing with my ankles. But I've been getting better. My face I take really good care of, obviously, because I have Addie and she ensures of that. But I knew a guy when I was in Wisconsin. There was this guy that we'd go visit, and oh my gosh, like head to toe ash, like head to toe, like every time we'd walk in, it's like floating in the air. Like that's how bad it was. It was disgusting. And like his shoes were black. And well, they're supposed to be, but they were like practically white with ash. It was gross every time. And he'd always buy us pizza, and we had to eat it in his apartment. Oh man, it was bad.
Well, and one thing we do at work is we have like exercise bands, but they're made out of almost like a what's the glove material? Not like rubber,
Latex.
latexy.
So they would like absorb it. Almost.
Not even absorb it, but because it brushes against their skin,
Just pulls it right off. Oh, gross.
it's like a mushroom cloud. And you know how much ash I breathe in, bro?
You gotta.
You
start
think
wearing
that'd be
a
damn
mask.
Mount Vesuvius, bro? You think I'm damn Pompeii? Because of Jamie, pull that song up and do the Mr. Peabody and Sherman edit. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about?
No. Well, that's
You'll
really
see.
funny though.
I love it.
I like that. I've seen some of those, but not with Pompeii
Old
in the
meme.
background.
Old meme. Well, it's because it was like when it came out on DVD or the trailer for it, it plays Pompeii.
Oh, and when you close your
He's like running up the
eyes.
steps. Sometimes my memory frightens me of the dumb things I know. Like I was pulling into your neighborhood, I'm like, the first street is Harvest Lane, or no, Eucalyptus Lane. I'm like, it was.
Yeah. Oh, you just remembered?
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, it's like the first street's Eucalyptus.
It's probably because you were disassociating when you first saw it.
Probably so.
That happens to me a lot. Like
When I'm
whenever
driving.
I'm disassociating, it happened recently actually for the first time in a while. But it was like I'll see something and it'll be stuck in my internal memory for the next time when I see it again. It'll draw me back to that moment.
That's kind of cool. It is a little bit of a superpower, as Kanye would say it. My bipolar, I'm a superhero.
You like his new fit?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
I was planning on wearing it today.
I'm glad you didn't.
What do you got written down? Let's bust some of these out.
Bust it out.
Bust it out.
All right. Before
I
we
do have
get
a monologue I want to get to, so we can do it
Okay.
towards the end, because that Saul episode did get me pumped up.
about him, and you're gonna give a monologue. I like that. We can finish with that.
Okay.
Or we can do it whenever. I
No,
don't
I
care.
don't care.
Before we get to the pet peeves, there's a phenomenon going on. A phenomenon about people looking older at a younger age nowadays. Like, you remember seeing those videos of like high school in the 2000s? Or maybe it's the opposite even. Because like I'll see people now and they're like, they want to look older. Like they want to look like they're like 25, but they're small, I think is what it is. Like I would see people back in like, I'll see those like high school graduation, like 2000s, like videos. And then people look like grown. Like I don't feel like I look like a grown man. I really don't.
You look like a grown guy. I don't look like a
Okay,
grown man.
I appreciate that, but I don't think so.
It's probably the beard too, though.
The beard does it for
We are
sure.
young. We are young. Sorry.
What's that from?
Do you not sound just like a living soundboard?
Yeah, no, literally.
No, but I think it's because we're young right now. And pull up the Millennial Burger joint song.
I don't even know what that is.
No, but I think it's because we're young right now. And when you see young people or you see yourself, you're never going to see yourself as an old man until one day you go look in the mirror and you go, God damn.
Yeah. I'll even look at my friends though, like who are even a little bit older than me, and I'm like, you're still a teenager. And maybe that's just like the same thing as like I recognize you from high school, so you look like a teenager. But I'll look at kids nowadays and it's like they're trying to look older, but like they hit puberty later, it feels like, and they're not as big. Like my dad is a big guy, you know, and he's always been a big guy. Like I'll see pictures of him junior, senior year of high school.
Same size.
Same size.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it's the water.
It could be RFK.
They're making their frogs gay. You know, he did. Okay, here's one thing I was thinking about this last week, and I talked to someone about it. They're talking about they're gonna find the cause of autism.
Oh, yeah.
But-
I already yelled at Angela for this.
But also, it's like, are you gonna yell at me too? Okay.
I hate.
I already hit Angela for that one.
Yeah.
No, but they're already diagnosing people with like more depression, more anxiety, just because it's like maybe easier to recognize, maybe because more people are going in to get diagnosed for it. So why is the same thing not true for autism? Like I wouldn't say that we have a spike in autism necessarily, unless you think otherwise. But I don't know.
No, when I yelled at her, I don't want to say yell. I'm gonna out myself with that.
You disagreed.
The view she gave me was just some random view about. She disagreed with what they said, but it was nothing about what he said. It was just kind of like a blanket statement, and then I was just like, "Where are you seeing this? Who? Like, you know, because like all of the stuff we see this stuff on is like social media, even
Yeah,
me.
that's tough.
So I hate having opinions on things because I know I'm stupid, and so when someone has an opinion on something, my first reaction is to be like, "Okay, where did you get your opinion?" You know what I mean? So I didn't want to say I got really that mad, but no, I agree with that. My whole thing with depression, anxiety, and all that stuff is I think it's always been around
Yeah.
and hasn't been diagnosed. With autism, though, I think there's always been some goofy dudes. There's always been
yeah.
people around you that are like, oh, you know, it's Uncle Jamie. You know, it's Uncle Jamie. You know, he's just not, you know, but maybe he does have autism, but it's too broad for me.
That's what I'm saying.
Way
is
too broad.
Once they define it as a spectrum, which I don't know if they always did that, don't quote me, but like now that it's a spectrum, it's like anyone can be on the spectrum. Like I could be on the spectrum. You're probably on the spectrum.
I'm definitely on the spectrum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Have you seen that like Bill Burr interview with the one guy? And he's trying to explain to Bill Burr the spectrum.
No.
And he's like, it's not numbers. He's like, see, I'd be like a 10. Or no, he's like, you're like a 6. You know, he's like a 12. And Bill Burr's just like, starts dying laughing.
Bill
It's
Burr's
just
so,
like,
Bill Burr's so funny.
hey, well, I want to go there.
He's so real with the reporters though.
I can't stand Bill Burr anymore. I used to think he's so funny. My thing is,
Wasn't he in Breaking Bad?
yeah, I think he's genuinely a funny person. It just starting to bother me too much. It was mostly when he went after Theo,
Yeah.
and started getting mad at him.
He just
and
gets
it's like-
mad at everyone.
And like that bit can only go so far when you're interacting with real people like Theo,
Yeah.
who does like to be open.
Hey,
And-
Theo.
you know what I mean?
If you want to join,
Yeah, if you want to join the podcast, Theo, just let me know.
you can take my spot.
No, whoa, you can come in one time. That's it. No, but like I don't know. I love Bill Burr, but I think he needs some therapy or something because it's getting to a point where it's like I can't even watch him because he's so angry.
Yeah.
And I love the angry bit. I love the Philadelphia when he's screaming at everyone and making fun of him. I love that, but it's like, dog, you're gonna yell at the wrong people. You're gonna yell at some good people.
Right. And is that the anger bit also taps into like almost always taps into like politics or people's real opinions. And so then people will be like, "Hey, you said this." And he's like, "Yeah, but I'm a comedian."
Dude, I'm a comedian. Why are you taking advice from me?
It's like, "Bro, then stop
Why would the hell would you quote me on that? I'm just a comedian.
I
Who am I?
know. It's like, bro, stop talking about it
Yeah.
then if you don't know.
Yeah, it's just silly. Because there's like that one thing where Joe Rogan was talking about, like, I can't remember if it was the vaccine or mask, whatever. And he goes, "Shut up! I'm not going to talk to you about this kind of stuff." And it's like, oh, it's kind of like what Joe does. He wants
Right.
to know people's like views.
He doesn't want to be like, "You're wrong." Sometimes he does do that, but
Yeah. Well, he used to be a lot more like that. I feel like now more so he'll die on some hills, but he used to like yell at guys who were religious. Do you remember that?
yeah.
Ever seen those videos of him being like, "You really think there's a God?"
Yeah.
And then he had a kid, and then he's kind of like, "Oh,
So I kind of hope that's true.
maybe."
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows?
Joe
But
Rogan.
no, I like Bill Burr. Like he has some really funny bits, and like I'll never like, and just his relationship with Patrice O'Neal. Do you know who Patrice O'Neal is?
Is he a British guy?
No, he's a black guy. He's actually in The Office. He's one of the warehouse guys. But he died. He is one of the funniest. If you ever get a chance, if you're listening to this, go look up just some old Patrice O'Neal comedy. He is so funny. He's like one of those ones where it's just like Theo, where it's just him.
Yeah.
He gets up. He's like Joey Diaz, where he's just like loud
cool.
and so funny.
Yo, Patrice, if you want on the podcast, let us know.
Yeah, let us know, Patrice. Shout out Patrice. But no, yeah, I don't know. What were we talking about before that with
Young people.
Oh, autism.
Oh,
I don't know. I have a nephew with autism, and he's got like the kind of like nonverbal.
yeah. That's
But he's
dope.
like sensory seeking. See, that's always what I've thought is autism. And then there's kind of like the awkward Asperger. I think Asperger's is a good way to describe what some people have.
What burger?
Ass booger.
I always make that joke every time someone says that.
It's not even a thing anymore.
Asperger's.
Asperger's isn't a thing. It's outdated.
What burger?
You did what my burger? You asked up my burger?
That's not a thing. So what? They're just on the spectrum now.
That's just a spectrum of autism.
See, that's what
makes
I'm
sense.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Everyone's got autism now. Oh, you're depressed? Autistic. Oh, you have ovarian cancer? You're also autistic now. I'm just kidding. That's bad. Ovarian cancer sucks.
That suck. Shout out to ovarian cancer patients, men
Yeah.
and women.
I don't know if there's any men. Live action remakes. I guess I could go on my pet peeves. I'm not gonna lie. Some of them are good. Most of them are bad.
Which one were you thinking in particular?
I wasn't even. I usually write notes along with that, but that's it. That's all I wrote.
It's valid though. They can destroy a movie so hard, like the Mulan one.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Oh.
I'm glad I didn't.
The best parts of Mulan is Mushu,
who's not
and
in
the
it.
singing.
And they got.
Neither one is in it.
They're like, oh, let's make a historically accurate. Which, by the way,
No.
the whole story is not historically accurate.
It wasn't historically accurate either. Also, there's slave internment camps in the part of China they're filming.
So where's that accuracy?
No. Like right now, there's like
Oh, right now?
they enslaved like a bunch of Muslim people over in China.
Disney did.
No,
Oh.
China.
I was like, I wouldn't be
And like when they're
surprised.
filming that little region, there was like they had to edit them out of the shots.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's like
I
in the
did not
background.
know that.
Yeah, that it's true that is happening.
That's crazy. CGI
If it was in the
work.
Mulan movie and the action weren't there, Twitter lied to me, which Twitter does every day.
No, I believe
At
you.
Grok, is this true?
At Grok.
At Grok, is this true?
At Grok.
Go on any Twitter post right now, click it. The first comment will be at Grok. Is this real?
And he checks.
It was like the I was listening to it's called War Mode. It's a podcast, but like after the FSU school shooting, literally like someone's like, "At Grok, is this real?" Like, bro, what do you mean? You have to ask it for everything. Come on now, son.
It's like Fox News posting about it. Like, is this even real? Yeah, that's great. I think Mulan's on there. I think Lion King did decent. I'm not gonna lie.
I never saw it.
I didn't mind that one because then they're kind of spinning off. Like the Mufasa movie was pretty okay, and that movie wasn't great actually. But How to Train Your Dragon, I've heard is fantastic, and I'm scared.
Is it out?
Not yet,
Oh, okay.
but I want to see it because I've heard it was really good, and I love How to Train Your Dragon.
That's just a piece of my childhood, though.
That franchise is amazing.
I just don't want it.
I know. No one wants it, bro. See, here's my thing. If you're going to make a live action, I think the requirement should be that it has to be either 100 years past the movie.
Okay.
So that anyone who's alive to see the movie is now 100% dead.
Okay. So
Even if you were born the year
they
of the
tried with
movie.
Jungle Book, but that didn't even work out.
No, that movie, I did see that movie. It was not good. It was not comparable.
And that's when 60 years old. It was almost there.
But it's not. But see, Jungle Book's like a classic. I feel like there's so many movies coming out nowadays that like kids in 100 years won't be watching Mulan or Jungle Book or maybe Lion King.
They might be watching Lion King.
But like you think about movies that were made, well, that's hard though because movies that were made 100 years ago from now probably suck because it was 1925.
Snow White.
Yeah, look at that. Look what happened.
Was Snow White?
So one
Snow White
followed-
wasn't 100 years ago. That was like the 30s.
It was like the 30s or 40s, yeah. But that was the closest one, and look what happened. So that's
Thanks,
my requirement. I think it needs to be 100 years. What? I think it needs to be 100 years old. One and two, the story has to be different
True.
completely. I think it either has to
same
be
universe,
a
different
spin-off. So like either a different perspective. So like Maleficent, is that the name of the movie?
Yeah.
That movie is good because it's a live action.
It's a new idea to an old movie.
Right. That was Snow White, no? The girl from Snow White?
I think that one's Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, you're right. Good movie because it's a different idea to the same world. Snow White is copy paste, ugly actress. No, I'm just kidding.
No, the one was a great one. Enchanted.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Completely new idea.
Yeah.
Great way to make it live action by saying they're from the cartoon world. They come into the real world.
Was
and
that an
they
old
realize it.
cartoon?
The beginning is all cartoon.
Well, I know that. I just didn't know if it was originally a cartoon.
No,
But
it's
that's
a
something
princess.
they could do.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
Just have fun with it. Like, I don't know. I hate this whole thing of like, oh, there's no new ideas. I heard the Sinners movie's great. That seemed like a really new
I
idea.
actually was going to going to bring that
I
up.
want to go watch that in
should.
IMAX. That'd be awesome.
That's what I said to Addie.
That would be so much fun. We should go see it. What are you doing Friday?
We might be getting sushi with some friends. Anyways. But if not, let's go see it. I'm actually
That'll
down.
be fun. I'm gonna go see the D-backs Saturday.
Diamondbacks.
Diamondbacks, come on Mets, let's go Mets, hit a home run Mets, come on baby. I have no idea about baseball at all. Like this season of baseball. Sometimes I'll keep up with them, but this season
The
I
Diamondbacks
don't
went to
care.
the World Series last year.
Yeah, not the previous World Series, but the one before that. Yeah,
Was it? Oh yeah, because the season just started.
that worked at Dave and Buster's. Another thing I want to bring up, Dave and Buster's, bro. I think Dave and Buster-esque places will be gone in the next 40 years.
I'm surprised they're still around now.
Because I think our generation, there will be alcoholics, but I think our generation is going to be a very self-aware generation because we have so much content and social media where our values, are being tested and like tried every day. You could live in Syracuse, whatever, Syracuse, New York, and you'd only be around those people. Your whole life you could live there. You go to school there, you grow up there, whatever, you work there. You can go visit, you can do whatever, but you lived there, and those are the only people you know.
Right.
You don't care what some dude over in Queen Creek, Arizona is spitting at his friend on the couch. You have no idea.
Right.
Now, there's like 1,000 voices at all times. And so you have to constantly be saying, okay, this is what I know, this is what I believe. Even if like whatever is coming at me. I think that alcoholism, it might still be rampant, but when I was working there during Thanksgiving time, and the whole shtick for opening up on Thanksgiving was saying, get a break from the family and come down to the bar.
That's insane.
Dude, there's no way that's going to hold up in a few years.
No, definitely not. Because it's just such a like a oh, I hate my family type deal. Or like my family's such a burden. But I feel like everyone now is like either they're not getting that and so they want to experience that, or they are experiencing it and they're like, I don't need a break. I don't want to have to want a break,
Multi-generational living will be really big here in the next few years too, just for the housing market.
Yeah.
It'll come a time where we are living either, in like 2-story buildings where one lives on the top, one lives on the bottom, or just like side by sides.
I thought by multi-generational you meant like we live longer and so we see more generations.
No, oh yeah, no, I mean like in the same household.
Oh, okay.
Like, you'll be in the same household as your grandparents or very close to them, just because of how expensive it's getting.
I like that though.
You'll live off your grandparents' money, who their parents lived out, and not even because the grandparents are richer, but if they have property, you need to just keep that property,
Right.
no matter what.
Right. And it just has to stay in the family because at the end of the day, once you sell a house, like, yeah, you get money back, but then you have to restart.
You have to restart completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Also, if you're listening to this and you're Dave or Buster, kill yourself.
I agree. Put a bullet in your mouth. Bite that.
I just feel so bad for my boss that was there, man.
Do you?
Shout out to Jason, man. Like,
Full name.
I don't remember.
I'm just kidding.
But when he was telling me, because it's so loud in Dave and Buster's, and he was asking, he's like, hey, like, how you doing with the sound? And I was like, like I'm kind of getting used to it, I guess. And he's like, you'll get used to it. I started working my first job at a nightclub when I was 16, and I've worked in a place like this my whole life. And it's just like
Yeah, that's so tough. Just constant noise.
constant noise, but just also there's more to it, man. You know what I mean? Because the other guy I worked with, so chill. I can't remember his name, but he was the actual like technician. Like he would fix the games. Jason knew how to do too, but this guy would come in from 9 to 5, and he was strictly games. And so we would just talk Game of Thrones because I came in early one time because he showed me how to fix the games. My favorite day at Dave Buster's. I didn't even do anything that day. I just hung around, ate voodoo pasta, and got to learn how to play video games.
So chill.
I had to test all the video games once a day. So I just played video games, which sounds cooler than it is because those games are so boring.
Yeah.
And
most
then
of them.
if you're playing a racing game and there's 5 of them side by side,
You have to play
all
five.
5 games.
The racing games are not fun.
The Mario Kart one kind of is.
Yeah.
It has some different add-ons. So it's kind of fun.
Well, because that's like a modern take on it. The old classic arcade in the movie theater type
the only fun was the
racing
bikes.
games.
The jet ski one's kind of fun too.
Bikes
But
are
it gets
cool.
boring.
But like just the, and then like you turn and then the wheel goes, and it just like
It spins you out. You know why? It has one of the best songs ever. Cruising. Oh, baby, we're cruising.
Mario Kart.
No, Cruising by Nintendo. It's one of the 6. They have 6 of them side by side. So I listen to that song all day. Also, some of it still plays in my head. The Hungry Hippos one. Chomp, 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 chomp. Dude, oh my gosh.
Sounds like you really loved it there.
Dude, that was probably the closest I got.
To what? Suicide?
Probably crashing out. Because when I got my schedule the day of like, I think I told you this. I got my schedule and it was like, hey, you're working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Thanksgiving week. You're the only one doing it. Or whatever.
That's every day.
Every day. Thanksgiving week. And it's nights. So it's all the times you want to spend. So it's like 3 to 11.
What time? What day did we come in?
You came in.
Was it Wednesday or Tuesday?
Because then I did Monday, Tuesday. Well, Nick saw me get my schedule the week previous. We'd go to the gym because I work nights.
You got sent your
So-
schedule.
I got my schedule, and he was walking towards the car to to go to the gym with me, and he hears like laughing, and I was like maniacally, as if that's a word, laughing in my car.
Maniacally.
Maniacally. Is that the word? Mm-hmm. Really?
I'm pretty sure.
Like, okay. Maniacally. Laughing in my car. And he's like, are you good, bro? And I showed him and he was like, oh, like, I think it was like genuinely like concerned.
He's like, oh, it's a
So I worked
joke.
Monday and then you guys came in Tuesday and I was like, I did everything really good. And I did the tills. And then I walked out with you guys. And then I just said, hey, I'm not coming in. So when you can't give it 2 weeks notice, I went, nope. And then I blocked her.
Good. That wasn't Nick's girlfriend that you blocked, right?
And I was just the boss. It was the one that hired me. It wasn't even like Jason or any of the cool guys. It was literally just like the...
Well, and that's what you get for hiring people in Arizona. You always got to be ready for someone to quit.
Yeah.
It's a right to work state.
Also, I don't want to like brag.
What?
Of all the people that was doing the technician jobs and all that stuff, I was the one they could always call on.
Yeah.
I think you got something going on wrong if you're having people like that walk out. No one quits their job; they quit their boss.
That's actually
They
true.
quit the. You know, what I mean? And in that case, it wasn't even just my boss; it was mostly the job. But it was like the treatment I got there too was not great because no one is in it for each other. Everyone hated each other. You know what I mean? I wanted to pick up smoking because you can get a smoke token and actually take a 15-minute break. I never got breaks. You know what I mean?
Dang. That's just like one of those things.
Holy loud.
Holy loud. Do you want me to turn it off?
Yeah, maybe turn it off.
I got you.
I'm kind of chilling with it. But no, it was horrible.
That's like one of those things is like, I forgot what I was going to say now.
That's okay. You walked away. What's another one of your, let's venture into the pet peeves realm
right.
now.
Pet peeves.
Shout out Dave and Buster's, bro. Everyone go to their local Dave and Buster's and cause a scene.
Like a little Lamar ball.
Yeah. Go chicken jockey in a Dave and Buster's, bro.
jockey.
Shout out chicken jockey.
I wonder what will be next though after those types of places, because they are like Fat Cats, Dave and Buster's, like those places, like because it's like bowling, laser tag, arcade games, and then a movie theater.
I think just Fat Cats. Because it's not bar focused. I think arcade games will always be around for little kids, and bowling will always be
fair.
around.
I was gonna say it's one of the few things that I think might phase out somewhat, because like the arcade games have changed that I almost would rather prefer the old arcade games like Street Fighter and stuff like that. Like
Button mashers. All that
yeah,
kind of stuff.
yeah, that kind of stuff.
There's some that are really fun. I used to sleep on Typhoon. It was like a roller coaster ride. I just got this, but it kind of encompasses you, and
You'd fall asleep.
I fall asleep. But it's like blah, 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 and the wind will blow in your face. It felt so nice.
I'm so excited to go to Six Flags.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited for Six Flags, bro.
People who leave their blinker on after they've already lane changed.
That's horrible.
They're
Those
stupid.
old
You're an
people.
idiot.
Ugh.
You look stupid. You know what I do most of the times?
Huh.
I'll make my best effort to make it in front of them and then do the same thing.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do your blinker?
Yeah, until they stop.
Huh. Smart move.
It's more of like, it's kind of like a, hey, I'm just letting you know this is what you look like. Because
Dumbass.
they're like, look at this idiot. This is what I imagine their reaction is every time.
I guess their music could be blasting, but
Yeah, they're like, look at this freaking idiot with his blinker on, and they'll look down at their dash. And guess what? Blinker's on.
uh-oh.
Dong dong dong.
I have a one, and that is a good pet peeve. One of mine, it's not a pet peeve, it's conspiracy theory, because I think we're being psyoped by the government with Barnes and Noble.
Oh.
So I wanted to, my goal is to read like every classical book.
Your pet peeve is conspiracy theories.
No.
Wait,
My
what?
pet peeve is what I'm about to get to with Barnes and Noble.
okay.
My conspiracy theory about Barnes and Noble.
Okay,
So my goal is to read every classical book. You know what I mean?
what do you mean by that?
Very famous books, kind of like an English major would read.
They're, like,
I mean,
in the
East
classical
of
book
Eden,
section?
all those ones, Count of Monte Cristo.
Okay,
I read a few in high school. I didn't read a lot of like the really classic ones, and I want to get to them because I feel like I'm like not even FOMO, but it almost feels good to like It's almost like you gotta get those illusions and shows where they quote things like "Tale of Two Cities" and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know that. So I went to Barnes and Noble because I wanted to read 1984. I'm like, I've never read a 1984.
Good book.
I love Fahrenheit 451. I know George Orwell. I've read Animal Farm.
Yeah.
But I've never read about Big Brother. Never go there. So I picked up that, and I picked up Blood Meridian, which is the same guy that wrote No Country for Old Men.
okay.
It's a Western book. Good. It's
Cowboys.
Cowboys. It's really good. It's all over TikTok, and so
Yeah.
they psyoped me. But my thing with psyop and Barnes and Noble is when you go into Barnes and Noble, it is full of freaks. It is full of furries. It is full, and this is nothing against them. They're freaks. It's just full of the kind of like the people you don't want to shop with. You don't want to experience the same thing that guy's experiencing. And I think the government wants us to be so dumb. They send these CIA agents in as furries to
Oh.
Barnes and Noble. So you go, I'll just
I'll
get
just-
on my Kindle. You never do.
Yeah.
I'll listen to it on Audible. So
never do.
now Jeff Bezos gets money.
Oh,
Audible, but
my.
you never listen to the book.
So you think I could see that actually? They like pick the least liked group type per capita.
That's the most in your face too. Because honestly, I don't really think real people are that racist. I'm gonna be straight with you. I've talked to people all day, and then on
people.
our mission too. Like in Green Bay, it's a little different because they just aren't really exposed to other races. But honestly, I don't think the majority of people are inherently hateful.
Right. There's some out there.
But when it comes to a furry,
I'm one of them.
really,
I'm just kidding.
that's good. When it comes to a furry, that's such a hated group by everybody.
It is by
Race, denomination, doesn't matter. Kings, magistries, all of them.
If you're a furry, stop listening.
If you're a furry, stop listening. Or start sending us fan art of us.
No, I was gonna say that.
Yeah, please. If you're a furry and you make fan art of us,
You have two options.
dude, I'll get you on the pod. But no, that's my kind of conspiracy theory with that.
That's a good one. I've never thought of that, but that actually makes sense. They want us to be stupider, but they know they can't burn the books because they can't censor it.
Because people get mad at that for no reason. I could say, hey, the government's burning this book. Most people haven't read it, and they go, oh, man, you can't burn that book. That book's important,
You're
man.
like, hey, furries are shopping at Barnes and Noble. They're like,
Why don't we go to Barnes & Noble?
guess we're not going there anymore.
Because it was my dad's first time going to Barnes & Noble. He said in 10 years. When I just took him with me.
You took them with you?
Well, we were all together. I'm like, hey, can we stop in here? I want to get a book. And because I was going to get
They're like, good one,
digitally-
Cam.
Yeah, good one. Oh, you can read. Okay, big whoop. But no, I will say this too. I've been stuttering a lot with my speech, and notice like my brain isn't firing at a good pace that I want. Don't take Alpha Brain. Work out, do all that stuff. But honestly, I think it's reading. I think reading something worthwhile really helps train your brain to just talk better.
I had a coworker who would always read because we're so slow during the day. He would just read and like get through like a third of a book in a day. And I was like, holy, maybe I should start doing that. And then, never did.
It's hard to get into it. Also, they just put you to sleep because they say to not go on your phone for 30 minutes before bed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what would you do?
Read?
And then I read. And then you pass out way quicker and I sleep way better.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try that.
I'll get like
you
10
need a,
pages
then you
in.
need a book light.
Yeah.
I don't really want to get a book light. I've gone through that. I've gone down that road.
Well, you can close the book and just turn off your light when you go to bed. You just get a little eepy and put your head down. You don't need to zonk out on the book.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Sit your fat ass up and go turn off that light, boy.
Well, that's why I need the clap on. Clap on. That type of light for when I'm book reading.
Yo, what if you got the clap on light and you start beating your shit and then that just kept turning off and on like a strobe light?
People who take their job too seriously.
Any job too.
Dude, I said including missionaries. That's what I
Any
wrote.
job.
That's what I wrote. Do you want to know why? Here's a conversation I had with him.
She ain't gonna let you hit, bro.
Here's a conversation I had with a missionary this past week. Because my location on Facebook is still set to Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And my profile picture doesn't scream return missionary.
Yeah.
So she texted me and said, "Hey Logan, I'm a missionary for the church. Can I share a spiritual thought?" And I said, "What mission?" Because I already knew I was gonna just be like, haha, I already served the mission. And then I said, "What church are you?" So now I seem like I don't know what I'm talking about. She said, "I'm in Wisconsin and I'm a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ." I said, "What part of Wisconsin?" "Milwaukee." And then I texted back, "My bad, bro. I forgot to change my location." And I sent a picture of like my family, like me getting home. Look at what she replied with. Thumbs up emoji. Like, dude, have a little humor in your life. Maybe she laughed at it, but it's like, you need to get out
Should
of
I
here.
post this one on Facebook? Not like, or put the link on my Facebook? I've been
Put the
wondering
link
about
up?
that.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Right?
Maybe P. Hance will listen.
Hope so.
That'd be crazy.
Shout out P. Hans if you're listening to this.
Shout out P. Murph.
Shout out P. Murph.
It's real.
That thing I was saying about the clap on clap light, and I said beating your shit. I meant when you're like closing your scriptures and opening up your scriptures.
Yeah. That's called beating your shit.
That's called beating your shit.
But yeah, I just like anyone. It's like if you can't have any personality in what you're doing, why are you doing it?
Also, if you work in like retail, that isn't your stuff. You're not okay. You're responsible. Do your job. Do your job well. I hate people that slack off too much in their job.
Yeah.
Especially like in like fast food. Especially having worked both in like that industry, it is hard. It's so tough and it's hard on your body. But we know what it takes. You know what I mean? And we know what you would do in that situation.
Yeah, I used to do it until like 3 a.m. at Cane's, bro. It sucks.
It sucks, but
I hate it. But guess what? I also didn't slack. And guess what? I also sometimes give away food because it's not coming out of my paycheck.
who cares?
It's like when I go to Chipotle, I got to beg for an extra scoop of rice
Come on now.
or a little bit more
I went to
chicken.
Cafe Rio today. Don't tell Angela. But dude, the portions on that bit, it made my dick fall.
Sometimes it's bad.
My dick went like this.
Like this.
My dick was up. My dick was down.
It's tough.
Cafe Rio, if you're listening, sponsor us, and I'll run your shit right, bro.
They need to start putting Vicodin in my burrito.
Really?
They should.
Get locked in.
Yeah, the Wolf of Wall Street.
That's a good movie. I made Angela watch that movie.
Matthew
She
McConaughey.
hated it.
So did I.
That's definitely a boy movie.
That is a boy movie.
Yeah.
That's why this is the boys,
Boys
only,
only
club.
club. There is like I get that there is boy movie, girl movie, but I don't know. I feel like girls are missing out on good movies.
I think that's one thing I've been doing ever since I started dating Addie as well, is like not saying I'm like introducing to her a whole new world or anything, but just like watching new movies, like Interstellar, watching Breaking Bad with her. She likes it a lot.
Yeah.
It's like something she never would have watched on her own.
I think it naturally turns girls off to watch a show like that because maybe the main characters are male. It is a little more action, but
And they're not super hot.
that is kind of the median of a good movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so And then having a girlfriend or a wife like that, it's good to watch their kind of stuff because then you're like,
Yeah.
oh wow, this is a great movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like even 50-50, I don't know if I would have watched that by myself. Even though I think we picked that.
Dude, I picked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, if you guys want to watch a movie that'll make you cry, if you have like a best bro, there's a part in that movie.
Iron Claw.
Oh, Iron Claw 2 is another. I want to go see Warfare, that A24 movie. Oh, wait, that's actually something I want to talk about.
Oh, me and my friend, he mentioned that to me.
I want to go see it. I heard it's really good.
Let's do
I heard
that.
It's like brutal.
Which one are we gonna see first, dude?
Centers of that? Probably Warfare.
Warfare's gonna be out of theaters first.
It's already out.
I'm gonna say it's gonna.
Oh, out
leave.
of theaters first, yeah. I want to talk about A24. I'm getting kind of tired of A24.
Me too, because they're putting their name on everything.
They're putting their name on everything, and how many more weird cult movies do we need?
Yeah. What's the most recent one?
Most recent cult movie?
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't even keep up with A24. I just stopped. I for a while there, I was like, oh wow, they make really good movies. And
Well, because
then
they did.
every other day is an A24 movie.
Right. It's because I think they're just getting so big that they're just putting their name on it as like we gave this group of people funding to make this movie. Like the one Australian movie. What was that one?
Talk to me.
Yeah.
I think that was an actual A. They went to A24 because they first went to Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers wanted to change the movie, and A24 was like, keep it the same. We'll give you funding.
Right.
So yeah,
Well, that
exactly
movie, that movie's good. I'll say that. But I think they're doing it to a lot of people now. I don't necessarily think that the masterminds behind A24 are putting their heart and soul into each movie. So that's maybe why some of the stuff that's been coming out hasn't been great. They just released that one movie about that girl who cheats on her husband with that young guy.
Oh yeah, with Angelina Jolie.
That movie didn't look that good.
Didn't. I don't know, man. A24, it's getting too pretentious.
Yeah.
It's getting way too pretentious. Sometimes you just want a dumb, stupid movie, and sometimes you just want a movie that's good because it's good. I don't need to think about. I love thinking about movies. I love movies like Interstellar, or even like Breaking Bad, where it's like the little key things, little things you pick up on.
Right.
I love that stuff. But like, have you ever seen Goodfellas?
I
The
recognize
mobster
the name.
movie.
No,
Anyways, De Niro, Joe Pesci.
Robert,
Great
is that the one
movie.
where he's crying? Or no, never mind. I'm thinking of someone else.
Anyways, great movie, classic movie. Go watch it. Good from start to end. You could be anyone to watch it. You don't even have to like mafia movies. Great,
Goodfellas.
good fellas. Go watch
How old
it.
is that?
Huh?
How old is that?
80s,
Okay.
or I think it might be 90. I think it's like 91. But if you want to watch, if you're ever like, oh, I want to watch a mafia movie, but I don't want to get into like anything too quick. It's usually like 4 hours long.
Yeah.
2 hours, cut and dry.
The
done.
Godfather.
The Godfather 1, 2, and 3.
I've never seen any of them.
Just watch 1 and 2. Don't watch 3.
I won't.
Greatest movie ever.
According to the GOAT,
According to the goats, yeah. I like Apocalypse Now better than Godfather, though.
LeBron James.
That's another Francis Coppola movie.
Coppola.
Also, what was that one that came out last year that sucked? Megapolitan, whatever, with Adam Driver. Megalopolis.
Oh yeah.
He made that.
Yeah.
Stinkers.
Was that a mafia movie?
No. It was just like his baby. He doesn't really make mafia movies outside of Godfather. What's his name? Scorsese is the mafia boss.
That's right.
He made Goodfellas. He made Casino. Then he makes all the like Shutter Island, and he made The Departed. It's in their mafia movie.
Scorsese has a good.
The one of probably, if not the best, Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, Killers of the Flower Moon. You know what I mean? He does
I
not
still haven't
miss.
seen that movie. I need to see that one.
Good movie, long movie, but good movie. The Irishman,
Leonardo, right?
Leonardo,
I love
great
him.
movie. De Niro as well.
Robbie.
Robbie.
Next pet peeve
Yeah.
is the misuse of AI.
Okay.
Talking about art. I think it's funny.
Our literally podcast logo.
Yeah, no. Yeah, our podcast logo, probably the intro. You probably use some AI. I'm just kidding.
We need to get a good photo shoot. Nick said he can hook us up too.
Man, he's hooking us up with everything.
He's the goat.
But
yeah, keep going.
Shout out Nick. But I think that like it's funny for like songs, like for LDS Kanye, for like Muslim Peter. But then like what if we took that technology that we're using for all that stuff that's practically useless and put it into something like, I don't know, the streetlights, like I don't know, like the crosswalk. Like I'm not even kidding you. why when I'm driving down a road, I hit a red light, am I not then in line to hit greens for the rest of the way home? As long as I'm going straight down that road, you know what I'm saying?
Like at night.
Well, just in general, like I was driving home from Canes today to come. I was coming here. I was trying to meet you here, and I hit every red light on the way home. It didn't matter how fast or slow I was going. Like I would go straight. I went straight for like 3 miles. Red, 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 and then the half-mile reds. We were like, you hit the neighborhoods. Oh, it was killing me. And I just want them to be like, because also it would be like our left lane has a car, but the left lane across doesn't even have a car, but the green arrows go for both sides. I'm like, hello?
No one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing my dad will talk about. Some have sensors and some are on timers.
Which is so stupid,
Timers,
bro.
horrid.
They're so bad.
He's like, they're trying to get rid of all of them. All of them are trying to get the sensors where it's the camera.
Right.
Will spot the headlights. That's why you can flash your lights like at night and it'll change. Or even in the morning when I'm going to the gym, no one's on the road. So as soon as I turn off my neighborhood, even though I'm on like the less used street, it'll immediately change.
Right.
So by the time I hit it, it's green.
And that's nice because I have noticed that with some of them, but the timers, like, it'll be like a whole minute of nothing happening. Like, no cars are coming this way. There was 2 cars waiting, and you let them go, and now we're just all waiting for another
For nothing.
for another.
And
45
sometimes I'll
seconds.
miss you.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
yeah. So
Yeah, I love AI. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
the
that's
last like few weeks,
well, I've been using it for school a lot.
it's so helpful.
Yeah,
Like, why would you, if you're a doctor and you didn't know someone's case, why wouldn't you use AI to help you figure it out? Mm-hmm. That's like using a hammer, not using a hammer.
and some people argue they're like, well, AI hasn't been like correctly updated since 2021. I'm like, yeah, but I don't really care because I'm not using it to ask like what happened in 2023. I'm using it to ask like age-old questions about economics.
Exactly.
Or about like same thing with the doctors, like asking about someone's case, like a case that's clearly been thought about before.
Yeah.
Or studied.
Hey, I'm working on the calf muscle. This isn't really working well.
Yeah.
They have some kind of contusion, blah, 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 blah. Doctor words. What do I do?
I've started using Gemini a little bit more,
Hmm.
Google Gemini, because ChatGPT's been cock blocking me. Like after because I do my homework.
Do you log in?
No.
Log in. Just do your Google.
Well, sometimes I do it on the work computer though, so
Oof.
I don't want to necessarily log in.
Have you used Grok? Grok, is this real?
Grok? Is this real? Grok, is this right?
Grok is real.
Also, what's Meta AI's?
Word. Metas?
Is their AI good? I've never used it. I don't think.
I haven't used-
I've only accidentally used it when I'm trying to search for something on Instagram and I accidentally click the circle.
Fruity as hell.
Yeah. Or you know what's worse?
Gemini. Wait,
Apple AI is worse. Google Gemini is pretty decent.
really?
Because you know when you Google something and it gives you the AI overview, that's Gemini.
Oh, really?
And so I'm not using Google.
Sometimes strip
Well,
lies.
sometimes it does lie. So I do cross reference with another AI usually. If
Google's
it'll-
imaging AI,
That's great,
where you can
yeah.
highlight on an image of the text.
Yeah, that's cool. Apple AI's AI is the worst of all
Mm-hmm.
of them. If you're listening to this, Apple, you need to just stop trying. Was it still working? Is
Yeah,
it-
it's still going.
almost
The battery's getting kind of low, but I think
that's okay. I
we'll
think
be
we're
okay. We're almost done with this, anyways.
Yeah, we've been going.
What I can do next time too is, if you keep it plugged in, it'll never stop. It'll go for like 4 hours.
Just
There's 8 hours of footage we can film on this. And
use
it
it
just
the
keeps
memory
going.
card.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I mean, do you have more pet peeves?
No, this is the
That was
last,
the last one. I think I had one more. Let's see. Science-based lifting sucks. My Barnes and Noble conspiracy theory. Oh, the monologue.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
You want to go for it?
Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
No, I'm about to prolapse.
You're about to prolapse, really? I was crapping my pants
Yeah,
today, dude. It's been so bad because I think it's just the pre-workout and then moving around a lot. But I farted. I knew I shouldn't have.
That's why I'm trying not to. Caffeine, I realize, is like the reason for that. I have a coworker. You know who you are if you're listening, because some of my coworkers have started listening to this. If he drinks caffeine in the morning, he will be in the bathroom for 30 minutes, which is like understandable, bro. That's all I
I know
have
what
to
a
say.
coffee will do to you. I have a coworker that drinks coffee in the morning.
Yeah, he'll
You
just
get them
drink it.
coffee shits.
He'll just drink an energy drink and like it just does him in for a good 25, 30 minutes. So we always make fun of him when he comes back. So
Tiny burp.
Heine burp for 30 minutes. Sometimes I'll walk by and I can hear the war. All right, go with your monologue, bro.
Okay.
It's about Better Call Saul.
So Better Call Saul, there's I kind of give a little bit of setup and kind of where my thought process is. It's going
Is
to
this
differ from
spoiler?
him. No.
Oh, good.
So the entire Better Call Saul show, you know, I mean, he's building up to this character that we know in Breaking Bad, and Jimmy is a very like just almost a failure, but he sees this girl who's kind of going down the same path because she gets rejected for this scholarship for Chuck or whatever, and so he has a speech to her telling her like never give up, and I don't know, it's inspired me, but you know, I mean, obviously he has it in a different case and he's saying cut corners and stuff, but I was thinking about Nick. And even like what we're doing, we live in such a different time now. And like we've talked about before of like, nothing's for sure. Like retirement's not for sure. 401ks can just be gone, whatever. Social Security can be gone. The traditional way of living will be, I think the camera is cutting out. Did it stop?
Oh, the red light turned on.
Did the red light turn off? Let me see if I can get it back on. Oh yeah. Photo.
Button, you idiot.
Time lapse. Video.
Top button.
Oh no. Okay, there we go. Okay. Traditional life is gone. Rage is consuming me, bro. Kitty. Okay, but if you're listening to this
No, stay.
and you have a dream, you want me to stand?
Or
I'll kneel.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're listening to this and you have a dream, just do it. Like, who cares? Like, honestly, who cares? I get so like self-conscious of like posting things or whatever, but your job you have now, especially if you're like in like computer science, you're gonna get taken over by AI. It doesn't even matter, bro. Okay? Do what you gotta do. Go after it. Why does it matter? Like, I wanna kind of like embrace that. If you listen to one of my episodes where it's just me, core, okay, take that, bro. Listen to me. Like, do what you gotta do. Do your dream. My buddy Nick, he's got this brand, and he's like, show me all the projects. The amount of money he's gonna make. Dude, people were laughing at him in freshman year for doing what he wanted to do because he did trampoline. He did all this like gymnastic stuff. And then senior year, they're asking for free t-shirts. Do what you gotta do. Whatever it is, okay? It's all gonna be right in the end. Don't let people around you, especially the same guys. If you're right now, you look down, you have a neon vest on, and you're working construction, good. Keep it up. But what makes you happy? Go after that, bro. Stop trying to suppress your dreams and just be you. Be happy, man. Like, I don't know. It like bothers me so much because I see myself do it to myself. I get self-conscious. I get to this point where it's like, maybe I shouldn't. Angela has to deal with it all day of me whining, especially with like the podcast. It's disgusting. But why not? Like in 20 years, who cares? Who cares if you posted a stupid video? Who cares if you try doing something else? Who cares if you change your degree up and you do something that actually makes you happy? Who cares? It's only you. It's only you and a few people around you that it affects. So go after it. Be an animal. Be a savage. Come on now, bro. Come on. You gotta get in. Get in there, face. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. I just want to say you guys are beautiful. You're beautiful. Come on.
You are beautiful.
You're beautiful. You got anything else you want to say to him?
No, man.
Okay.
Thanks for joining the Boys Only Club.
Thanks for joining the Boys Only Club. First time we're being recorded. We love y'all, okay? We love you. Jamie, turn it off. Jamie.
Jamie,
Jamie.
you pressed the wrong
I pressed the wrong button.